The prize giving. Come and meet the riders in person, and we'll be acknowledging who's the best in the drags, who's the best in the street, who's the best on the track, who's the best in the beach. All those prize givings combined Sunday night for the big glamour night here in the BurtMunro. In the 50 lapper, Johnny Racing on the inside with Charlie Brown going up there along with Greg Baines, James Carley, Mitch Rowe, Greg Brain, Michael Kirkness back in there. I'm still looking back here, still looking back. Where was, didn't see where we had our man Jason. Hopefully he was there. Oh, looking out for Jason Fever. Was he there? That's the question. Shout out to Eric as well, Eric Weber. Eric coming all the way from America again, loves this event, came over last time, said yeah, he wanted to be part of it. Also welcome to Australian visitor from the Gold Coast, David Klein as well. So David's out there as well. So he's having a go here to do the 50 lapper today. So have we got Jason Fever? That's the question. Looking for Fever. Racy though out in front. Then going to Charlie Brown in there. Fever in there. Then go to Mitch Rowe, Michael Kirkness. Well, even our flag team are taking cover because they've got to do City for the next 50 laps, and luckily with our electronic timing, we'll get back the others. Oh, here's that big Harley, wow. Listen to that, if you've seen the knobblies on it, man, oh man. All right, but it's Johnny, Charlie, and Mitch, Michael, and James at this stage. I'm looking at my list, I can't see any Jason Fever. Expected to see Jason as a favourite. Something's happened, that's real bad luck. Hadn't come all this way to bring that beautiful Aprilia down. Said it might have been a first, well it doesn't look like it's going to be. 007 for Mitch, fourth place all the way. Now I know Mitch has to fuel up, all right? He's got the standard bike. No special adaptation. He will have to fuel up. So who else is going to have to fuel up out of there? Johnny, has he got the extra tank on the front? I'm unsure. Does he need to fill up? Charlie Brown, he does not know. What he's had to do is make sure that he's filled the bike up right there with every little drop. Now we're going to see how the big 600. Still got the Suzuki tank on it, folks. Might be modified to off-road conditions, but it's still got the same tank. So has he got enough fuel on board? We proved with Greg Nero a few years ago that his 990 did not have enough fuel. And if there's any bike that's going to have plenty of fuel, it'll be a KTM adventure bike. There's the big Harley. Here's Johnny. Look, and he's got the extra fuel on board, right? I've just spotted it. It is the tank extension. You see those guys? You'll see it up there. And it's literally above the handlebars. There's an extra 4 litres that they have. So well done, extra 4 litres. So he's got it. Three down, 47 to go. New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand. That's the way we are at the moment. A 3.8 second advantage. Johnny Racing, can he put his name to this Premier Trophy? He has tried over the years, had a bit of bad luck, had a few other better riders to take advantage. But he's in good form here at the moment. Now up to 4.1 second. So the advantage increases. Johnny Racing over Michael Kirkness from Mitch Rowe. Greg Baines, our incumbent, the reigning champion. Along with locals and Craig Hyde and Jason Fever, these three have won it more than anybody else in Southland history. Oh, drops it on the corner. Bad luck through there. We've also seen that Charlie Brown has fallen back, started out so well. He's back into 6th place now. Down there. All right, Johnny, Michael, Mitch and Greg. Here we go, no change, no change. Margin in there at the moment, not a lot actually between Mitch and Greg, only 1.7 seconds. So virtually nothing on that. Charlie Brown dropping back, Charlie Brown. And Charlie fading, so unsure what's happened. Looks like the big Suzuki is not going to do that extra lap. Wow, that's a long way to come to be a spectator. 1-2-4 for Will down there. Will Finesse back there in 15th place. And Charlie's still not showing up on our result. There's your race leader, Johnny Racy. Michael in there. Oh, Greg getting it back, Greg getting it back. Greg Baines has moved up. Baines moves up into 3rd place. Mitch Rowe back to 4th. The local man, the reigning champion in the prestigious Indian Motorcycles BurtMunro Cup Trophy. Well, unfortunately for Charlie, not showing up in any of the latter results, so seems as if things might have expired for him. Somebody else is just pulling out over Seaward side there at the moment, heading back to pits. Then maybe David, we've had 3 withdrawals already, 3 withdrawals. Started with a field of 20, we're down to 17 at the moment, so 3 out, Robbie Young, Carl Brown and David Klein. David all the way from Australia. So with Charlie Brown thinks it's bad to come from Kaiwi Wanganui to be a spectator, he can be slightly appeased that an Australian's come further for equal reward of nothing. So still Johnny over Michael, that margin 4.3 seconds. How fit is Johnny? That's going to be the point of difference. Johnny Racy, how about it for that Southland Honda team? They're prepared. They've done an outstanding job. Largest team here to support this event, and they've all come together. People out there like Eric Webber, along with Michael Kirkness, Johnny Racy, to name but 3, of course, in other classes today. People as well like James, as we've had in our 250 class. So well done to Southland Honda. Can they get that ultimate result? We'll find out. They've got riders in both 1st place and 2nd place. Heath Bodiger in that 6th at the moment. Tell you what, keep your eyes on Heath on that big KTM 1190. So wow, the 1190, man, oh man, what a big massive bike. I'm sure it's going to have the staying power. I'm sure it's going to have enough fuel in the tank, and I'm sure with Heath Bodiger at the controls, there's enough strength to control that big beautiful beast. So looking out for Heath on the KTM 1190. Heath Bodiger, former winner of the prestigious Munro Trophy for the most outstanding competitor at the BurtMunro Challenge. Special congrats to Butch Woods, who won that esteemed trophy last year. So Butch with us to be back again in 2020. The man from Springvale in Alexandra. All right, Johnny, Michael, Greg and Mitch. Michael and Heath, they're your top guys. There's Heath to go through. Still at 6th place. Kawasaki up there of James Carley and Picton's Phil Main, Carter Strang. Well, coming up towards the 1/5 mark, 9 laps down, 9 coming up towards 10. They're on their 10th lap at the moment, 1/5 of the way through the massive 50 lapper. There he is, Johnny Racy, going for it, hooking up, there's the 10. Michael in behind him at mere 6 seconds. So Honda CRF 450 first, Honda CRF 450 second. It's Honda all the way, the home of Honda here in the south with Southland Honda. Johnny Racy, Michael Kirkness, Michael over from Australia. Said, hey, on my bucket list, I want to come and do the BurtMunro Challenge. Contacted the team at Southland Honda, said, how do we make it happen? The crew said, hey, we'll get a bike checked up. You bring your power performance accessories and make it happen. And he unfortunately, of course, due to the flooding, couldn't get through until very late on Wednesday. So they worked on the bike into the wee hours on Wednesday night. He was up the hill climb yesterday, and here he is doing what he's come to do, the beach race today. So Michael Kirkness from Narara in Australia, out for the glory. Well, 2 years ago, Australian visitor Damien Coppey became the first non-Kiwi to win the trophy, so it's already been taken by an Australian. Can it be taken again here today? We're about to find out over the next 40 odd minutes as we track them through now. Johnny Racy from Otautau, Southland, up against Michael Kirkness from Narara in Australia, and a local man right here in Invercargill, Mr. Greg Baines out of Moto South, looking to retain his title. New Plymouth visitor Mitch Rowe in 4th place. Invercargill's Michael Braithwaite, Richmond Nelson and Heath Bodiger. Head of Taranaki's James Carley, local man Carter Strang, Picton's Phil Main, and Oamaru's Bradley Simpson form your top 10. Well, we now have had Robbie Young as well. Robbie Young, and Robbie's another one that is, oh no, Robbie's just got past. He's done 10 laps. Sorry, he's done 10. So still Carl, David and Jared are your 3 non-finishers. So, and how we come up with 21, my apologies. We had I think he's still circulating. I think we had a late joiner. Well, Johnny Racy was able to increase his lead, and now it's just been decreased again. So he'd built it up to over 6 seconds and now come back to 5.3. So either he's slowed up a fraction or Michael's gone faster, or a combination of the two. Just needs to be watching out. Hopefully the Southland Honda team will have a pit board and they'll be telling him exactly where he needs to be. This is crucial for him. A pit board whereby he needs to get the instructions from the team to the side to know where he is in the race. Will he know where Michael is? He'll have a rough idea, but he won't know whether Michael is gaining or he's gaining, and he needs to know that, because when it comes to trying to put that big push in, he'll be super keen to see whether he can do so late in the moto. So Johnny Racy, Michael Kirkness, Greg Baines, Mitch Rowe, Michael Braithwaite, Heath Bodigar. Man, if you can control an 1190, just listen to the torque of that KTM 1190. What a beast of a machine. The big V-twin pumping out the power, the same bike that he took in the 2019 KTM rally, held of course last year in the top of the South. Pretty sure that Mitch Rowe's got to make a fuel stop. Now, a fuel stop is done over about where the Brits camper van is. There's an environment sheet down on the ground, and all the fuels have got to be done in that area. So he'll literally have to come off the track, fuel up his bike and start the bike again and get going again. So that's going to be a real setback to him. He's probably going to lose as much as 30 seconds, which would be the equivalent of about 3/4 of a lap. So he really is going to find that hard work. So, and that's when he's in 4th place. So the margin now right down to 2 seconds, by the way, folks, 2 seconds. So looking out for Johnny over Michael, down at 2.9. We're talking about 6, we're talking about 5. Don't worry about 4, don't worry about 3. He's peeled those off. We're now down to only 2.9 seconds. Can the Aussie come through? The Aussie flat track champion, Super Motard hero out of Australia, very competent rider. Michael Kirkness. Well, back at about that 40-second mark. There's Johnny. There he goes. Johnny all the way. Oh, Michael behind him. We're down to 2.4 seconds. So Johnny seeing that gap close down. Michael Kirkness at 2.4 seconds, nothing in it. 16 laps gone. The big 50 lapper looks to be a three-bike race for my money in here with Greg Baines. Greg back at the 10-second buffer, 10 seconds behind. That's only effectively less than 8 behind Michael. So Johnny, Michael and Greg are your three pace setters. Honda and KTM for the manufacturer's glory. Well, 2012 since the Honda has won in the hands of Jason Fever. KTM has been the winning bike of this in the last 2 years. Before that, it was the Yamaha of Josh Coppins, who won the feature race. International motocross legend in Josh Coppins. So Josh having the glory of those credentials as well. He's got his name on this prestigious trophy. Johnny Racing, Michael Kirkness, Greg Baines, Mitch Rowe, Michael Braithwaite, Heath Bodiger. But remembering Mitch Rowe's got to do that fuel stop. That's his setback. Will he have a chance to get on the podium? I don't think so. Indian Motorcycles time now at a little after 10 past 7 tonight. Beautiful twilight time here in Southland. Tell you what, and that wind velocity has dropped off a little again. What it's just doing, of course, is start watching that water, the turning tide, the tide on its way back in. But luckily with the wind not making huge waves to force it to come up onto the beach any further. So even though we've had other days where the wind has been less than it is on shore, the sea wind has actually been a little less today. And that's keeping those waves down, which is exactly what we want. So Johnny, Michael and Greg, no changes there at the moment. Oh, 2.7, the buffer. So we've actually crept back out. So Johnny, for the first lap, has actually increased the buffer again. The last 5 laps, we've seen Michael close his margin down. So it's only a mere fraction, but it's a telltale sign. So Johnny Racy. Well, the team back at Southland Honda, well, they won't be sure who to cheer for, will they? They're both Southland Honda supported riders. So they're in the pound seat. They've got the Quinella at the moment for the local team right there on Clyde Street. Greg Baines, proprietor extraordinaire of Moto South, sitting back there in third, just 10 seconds behind the boys. Mitch Rowe is further back, looking for Mitch on his white bike. There he goes, just up on the inside there. So Mitch to squeeze up through there. No. Oh, another withdrawal's just gone to the pits, Seem to be going down there at quite a reasonable speed. Look to be another one. Still only officially 3 withdrawn riders. We've got Jared DuPont, and Jared, for some reason, joining the race late. So he's only done 9 of the 19 laps, but my understanding is he's still circulating. Oh, dropping it. Oh, bad luck. That's a big bike to pick up. That's hard work to pick up. We know how hard that's been. 2 hands in there. So bad luck there. I think that's possibly Heath that we've got there. So he's seen his work undone. Yes, it was. So Heath Bodiger on the... bad luck, Heath, bad luck. What's he dropped back to? And, oh, no, still shows as being in 6th place. So he has not lost anything. Well done. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. Michael Kirkness has dropped the place. Michael Kirkness. Maybe it's Michael that's gone. Is he the one that's gone pit side? Michael Kirkness missing in that group. Michael is fading. Yes, he has. Mike, the Aussie's dropped off. Was that Michael that went pit side? Unsure, but somebody has. And we've now seen that Johnny Racy in the lead. Greg Baines has moved to second. The reigning champions up to 2nd place. It is Southland versus Southland. Mitch Rowe's got the 3rd. But remembering he's a lap behind, he's also got to do that fuel stop. When do you do a fuel stop? What's your strategy? 20 laps, folks. 20 laps for Mitch. That is, what is that? Well, officially 2/5 of the way. Almost come out towards the halfway mark. When you want to put your gas in, do you want to do it late in the race? Do you want to do it early? At the halfway mark, you're obviously going to use more than half your fuel, so there's enough. You probably want to do it at about the 30, I reckon, about the 30 lap mark. So, Mitch, you want to get an idea that the race is over halfway through, because you want to get all of that gas to be able to put in. It'll be nothing worse than filling the tank and finding that you've still got some gas left over in your container. You want to be able to empty your container. You also got to look at the balance of thinking, wow, how much gas do I put in here? Because the longer you spend putting the gas in, the more time you're not on the racetrack. So there is that balance as well. You don't want to bring home half a tank of gas. You want to bring home an empty tank of gas. And have used all that fuel and only put enough in it in the certain amount of time you've got. You also want to make sure you've got a modern jerry can whereby you can let the air flow in behind it, let it flow out nicely. All right, so unfortunately Michael Kirkness fading in the results, so bad luck to Michael. So it appears as if that was Michael. We saw somebody at some reasonable speed, got no idea what's caused it or why the issue, but Michael withdrawn from the race. Michael is out, so bad luck for Michael. What a great competitor, proved to be potentially, of course, he's a champion as well. We're unsure still of that 500 class. He may be the champion there. We've got to wait for the points to be calculated. We'll find that out later. So bad luck to have come all this way. The case as well, of course, for David Klein, the Gold Coast man, who also was unable. He only did 3 laps. 3 laps, a real disappointment there. Well, some of our riders, of course, have pulled up and stopped at that Marshall Point just up there, which is a point in between the track whereby you can keep out of the way of the riders on their sweep on the Sandhill side, and those, of course, on the seaward side getting right out. You see the splashes of water. Why are the riders doing that? Well, the harder sand, the most traction is the further you want to go out towards the sea. That's the sand that is pounded by the sea surf, so it is flatter and it is also harder, so there's more traction out there. So the further you want to go out towards the water, the more traction you'll get, the faster you'll go. And see the riders, there's some splash. See them getting right out there towards the water. That is in very good condition at the moment. Now, you also, if you want to have a look at those conditions, when they're coming down through there and hitting the braking, the back wheel is jumping off the ground under the severe braking. And you actually watch as the back wheel touches, you'll see about a 3 metre section, and there's only be one splash of water. In other words, it's only touching for about 1/3 of the duration under braking, under duress, as they hound it and go through on the braking here into this bottom corner. Spectacular to see this kind of excitement going on. Oh, Mitch Rowe's dropped back. Mitch Rowe, what's happened, Mitch? Mitchell down. Oh, Mitchell not featuring in the result. No, has he gone past? He might have just gone past. I think he might be up to 2 laps behind. Is he doing the fuel stop? Is that Mitchell? Is he doing the fuel stop now? Is there somebody over there? Or I can see some officials. I don't think there's a rider there. So, is that Heath again? Oh, the 1190. Man, he has been absolutely beaten up by that bike today. That is a huge... yeah, it is. It's Heath's second time he's gone down on that corner. Mate, he is... is he going to have any strength for tomorrow? Of course, he was in our top 3 for the finish runner-up in the open class in the beach race yesterday. Fantastic effort from Heath Bodiger. All-round superstar and former winner of the Munro Trophy for the most outstanding competitor at the BurtMunro Challenge. So Mitch Rowe dropping back. Mitch Rowe looks to be out as well. Mitch Rowe, the 007, or is that Mitch just going past? Oh no, I think unsure. So, all right, so that means that Johnny Racy over Greg Baines. There's Johnny to go past, looking out for Greg. What's the deficit going to be? Look for the 311, the long-time racing number of the local motor South hero, Mr. Greg Baines. And here we are. Looking to update, there it is, 13.7. Greg Baines back there, 13.7 behind Johnny Racy, this young talent here out of Southland. One of the younger, probably the youngest rider since one of Jason Fever's early wins to have won this race. It's normally by riders of strength and stamina, those around that late 30s, 40 age group. All politeness, those guys. It's where they come into their own in this race. So to have a young gun like Johnny, superb performance. What a way for a local. Another local to put his name on this trophy. A different local. It's been Craig Hyde. It's been Jason Fever. It's been, of course, Greg Baines. And remembering it also was, but no, not so young, BurtMunro. But another Southlander to potentially put his name on this premier trophy in New Zealand motorcycle sport, the BurtMunroTrophy. The 50 lap of the 50 miler, 27 down. That is 23 to go. Oh man, I feel sorry for Heath Bodiger. Better give that man a spates afterwards. I tell you, he'll thoroughly deserve it. Well earned indeed. Oh, he is enduring it one big way. Here he is going around the horse. See, that is so hard there, so hard. But he does it that time, and he's back on the gas and back on the corner. He's back away again. Great to see. Johnny Racy, Greg Baines, James Carley, exceptional run from the 399, James Carley. James, a virtual unknown compared to some of the other big names, has come from New Plymouth for more than the surf here at O'Ready today. And in spectacular style, holding on to third place, James Carley. Well, James on 399 is on the Kawasaki KX 450, sponsored by Action Moto, a 70 along with Fruit Party and FMF 69. So well done to James. That's a great result. Action Moto is a business owned by Daryl Hurley, New Zealand former motocross champion, Australian motocross champion and World Supercross race winner. Oh, 12.8 we're going to 12.8 seconds. Oh, Johnny increasing the advantage. 29 laps too. Greg then looking to come through. And he goes past 12.8, virtually no change. Johnny Racy still holding on with a 12.8 second buffer. James Carley, believe it or not, this is now the biggest margin in the top 10 by far. There is nearly 2 laps separating first and third, nearly 2 laps. So Johnny Racy, Greg Baines, they can afford to pull over and do a fuel stop if they need it and still carry on with racing. Well, there may be a lot of riders still circulating, but I tell you what, there's also many that aren't. And hats out there to Eric Webber, the man all the way from Nereta in, I suppose I call it Corona country, San Bernardino country. You get the idea, we're in the outskirts of California. And well done to Eric, he's still circulating. He too is on the Southland Honda CRF 450, and he is in 11th place. Big, tall guy. Eric, all-round nice guy. You'll love him. So there we go. All right, so looking at these other results and a few others that have fallen back, we've had some others that have joined the race late as well. No problem with that. But unfortunately, there's some that have well out of... Oh, Heath! Oh! The third time! Come on, folks, here, ready? 1, 2, 3, lift! 1, 2, 3, lift! 1, 2, 3, lift! Yeah, come on, a big round of applause, please, come on! Just so he can hear you. That 1190 beast. I tell you what, it's worth going all the way to O'Ready and turning the bike around rather than trying on that corner, Heath. There is one advantage, you can push a button and get it going. Going to be a super reliable KTM 1190, so you won't have to worry about that, just selecting neutral to get it restarted. Oh no. Is it a handlebar problem has he got? Well, the other thing, of course, he can't get going. He can't get going. He's right in a bad spot. All the others are under a yellow flag. And believe it or not, he has dropped 4 places. He was doing so well. He has dropped, 3 places. Dropped 3 places while he's been there as well. Real disappointment. All right, back to the battle in front. Still 12.8, 12.8. No changes there. Johnny and Greg show going forward at the moment. Somebody else going back to the pits. No, going for a refuel. Get an idea of the refuel. There they are. Going over to the Enviro pad. And we talked about it at 30. There it is at 32 laps for the winner. 32, well, for the leader. Shouldn't say winner, not the winner yet. 32 laps for the leader. So somebody's going over for a refuel. So there you go. That's refuel time. Good thing to do. We talked about doing it, I reckon, about the 30 lap mark. That's exactly what they're doing here at the moment. So good work. Unfortunately, Heath's still not going. His 10th place has now gone to 11th. Eric's gone past him as well. Even Eric Webber's been able to get going. Well, yes, they are going to try and push the bike out of the way. For whatever reason, they can't get it going. Just when I made that statement. Maybe you can... Thank you very much. Just had somebody time it here, 42 seconds for the fuel stop. Thought it might take about 30. It's a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. So still good work going on out there. We're up to 33 laps for Johnny and Greg. The buffer has now gone out to 14.6. Johnny increasing. I'm sure if Greg Baines was to say, well, if I can't win it again, who would I like to see it? I reckon he'd like to see it. Another young local. So I know he'd be disappointed, but I bet you if there was anybody else that he wanted to see win it, he might have given it to a credit for a fellow Southlander. Super rough and super tough, and unfortunately Heath not going again. His results are falling through the floorboard. He's down to 11th place, at the moment. Eric's gone up in front of him. Eric looking to get into that top 10 at the moment. More of those for that fuel stop. Well, the good thing is that Eric's still circulating. He might be 5 laps down on the race leader, but he's still there. Will Furness is in front of him on 9. I think we've got... Well, if Heath has stopped and Heath is now in 12th place, that effectively means we probably only have 11 still circulating, but there's others that are just pegging them off. Remembering there's some that have started late in the race. That's been the freaky situation. There is 6 laps from 1st to 10th, 6 laps, so one of the biggest margins that we've seen. Man, this has been telling. The roughest that I can recall having seen the sand down here. These riders are being absolutely hammered out there today. Heath Boddicker, an example of that. The bike's been hammered, he's been hammered, he's crashed 3 times. Oh, here we go. Gets a little bit loose out wide. It's the 924 for Nigel. Go Nigel all the way. Nigel Miller. Great effort from the Southlander there. Good effort indeed to be in 8th place. Johnny up there, So Johnny up there, the number 9. Johnny in that advantage, the Tao man. Johnny Racy. Oh, this could be a very good day. Here we are. I think you just had a message about have we had a phone hand in, and yes we have. We've had 2 bits of lost property, one lost and one found. To report lost and found and check it out please, it's down in our HQ building. You'll be able to come in there after the race. That's the small truck just behind the start line. So Habitat for Humanity truck, that's our race headquarters. So please, if you've lost or found, that's the way to head, but please you'll need to wait for the end of racing. You can't go down there while racing is on. But lost and found, including cell phones and sunglasses today. So please, in the sand, make sure you keep your carefully eyes on everything, particularly things like jewellery that once they're lost in the sand is like a needle in a haystack, as the old cliche goes. All right, Johnny over Greg, bike number 9 over the 311, the Honda over the KTM. The Honda is a more standard 450. The KTM of Greg Baines is turned into a super special over a number of years. 21.25. Oh, 21 seconds. That is getting bigger and bigger in Johnny's favour. The race leader extending the advantage. Johnny Racy, Greg Baines. Go to James Carley, Carter Strang. Where's Carter Strang come from? Wow, Carter. Great result. Man, he's just been working his way up and up and up. Or probably more so as well. A few other riders, unfortunately, going down, down and down. So we're back there at the moment. Heath still parked up on the inside. He's not going anywhere. He's fallen back to 12th place. Here's Nigel going past. He's in that 8th position. He is 4 laps behind the race lead. 4 laps. There's almost 1 full lap. I've not seen as big a winning margin here in modern times. 21.3. Johnny Racy's speed, by the way, folks, at 110 kilometres an hour. That's the average. That includes the 2 hairpins. Doing that on a 450cc motorbike means he must be up to around 150 on the straights today. That is rapid, absolutely rapid. And on the super rough surface this year, that is an enduring effort. I wonder whether that's a contributing factor. Why the young gun is now fine. There he goes. That's the man. He just goes past there now. Going along the straight. There he goes. Lap after lap after lap. 39 of them. 39 of them. We're in the final stages. We've got 11 to go. Bring it on home, Johnny. Where's the pit board? Hopefully somebody is communicating with him, telling him on the pit board, keep it going. Your margin's increasing, decreasing. How many to go? Pit board, absolutely vital to these riders, communicating with them. Otherwise, they're out there on their own. They haven't got a lap counter. There we go, for somebody to have done the refuel and rejoined the race again. 21 seconds for Johnny over Greg. Oh, that means that Greg's actually has reduced it slightly. Greg has reduced it. Carter Strang is now into 3rd. Carter Strang has moved up into 3rd place. The Wallerstown man, Carter Strang. He's been out on his classic bike today. I was unsure whether he's made a change. Did he actually... I don't know whether he's still been out there on his 1995 motocross bike. Is he still doing that on his 95 bike? I'll tell you what, if he is, that's a full credit to the man. He's in, my apologies, 1986 Kawasaki KX500. How's that? An 86 model bike. That is magnificent. But I don't know whether he made a bike change to go out this feature. He could well have. There's no stipulation of having the same motorcycle. He could have had a different one. All right, so here we go. Johnny, Greg and Carter. Do you know what that is, folks? Southland in the trifecta. Oh, a long time since we've seen that. With James Carley from New Plymouth back there, the Mabel Bushman into 5th, Blenheim's Andy McCullum. We've now seen Nigel Muller move up. Bradley Simpson in there from Oamaru. Will Finesse out of Nelson. And Eric Webber, the man from Mirueta in California, US of A, is back in 10th place at this stage. And we still have Craig Stevenson circulating as well, the Riveted man. So we do have 11 going out there, with Heath Boddiger now 14 laps behind and still parked up here on the finish line corner. Johnny Racy, all the margins down to 20. Greg Baines is coming. He's peeling off at least a second lap. There is 9 laps to go. That's not enough when you've got a 20-lap advantage. Somebody needs to be telling Johnny, just pace it, just hold it. Don't need to do anything. Don't need to push yourself. Don't do anything radical. Could be history in the making. Could be the youngest man in more than 2 decades to win this prestigious trophy. Could be another local man to put his name on it. They come from America. They come from Australia. They come from the North Island. How dare they? They come from everywhere to try and steal this prestigious trophy. The enduring 50-lapper. But it's Southland that hold the trump card for 1st and 2nd and for 3rd place. Johnny Racy on the move. The Otau man on that Southland Honda CRF 450. Remembering it was 20 seconds. What's it going to be this time? Is it down to 19? But remembering it doesn't matter. There it is. It is down to 19. It is down to 19. So Johnny passed and there's Greg. So Johnny to Greg. It's down to 19.2. They're on 42 laps. 42 laps. Johnny Racy, Greg Baines, Carter Strang. And Carter is only on 40 laps. The other boys are on 42. By the time he comes through, it certainly is more than 2 laps. So Johnny is more than 2 laps on 3rd place, but he's only got that less than 20 seconds on Greg. So look out. I think there's this Greg coming now. Looking out for Greg. Look for the 311, 3 number 1 in the orange KTM. In the 311, and there we go. Yeah, no, 19.4. He's holding it. He's holding it. No change. No change. Johnny's still holding it. 19 seconds. Well, Honda, it's been 2012 since Honda last had a victory. Can they do it again? Honda in the hot seat at the moment on the CRF 450. Johnny Racy in exceptional form. There'll be a lot of people over in the pits, the Southern Honda crew. You can work your way in there afterwards as well, folks, and go and congratulate the man. He's on bike number 9, this impressive Honda CRF 450 today. He's been working on this event for a long time. He's been riding it again, learning so much, doing your apprenticeship. You don't turn up as a rookie and become a champion. And this man has done his craft, done his time, watched the others, learned from the others, taken the advice, done the modifications necessary, got the extra gas on the bike. Man, can he ride a motorcycle? That's the cool feature. Oh, it's out to 21. It's out to 21.2. That means he's increased the buffer by 2. Or is it Greg that's starting to tail with 6 to run? Less than 6 to go. In fact, it's 5 and a bit. We're on 44. It's a 50 lapper. We talked about Carter before. 2 laps, 2 laps. And then James Carley, who's in 4th place, he's 4 laps. He's another 2 behind. So there is 4 laps separating the first 4 riders. That margin is huge. Then we go to Blenheim's Andy McCullum ahead of Ryan McKenzie, Nigel Miller in the 7th ahead of Bradley Simpson, Will Finesse on 9th out of Nelson ahead of Veronica Webber. On 10th, going then to Craig Stevenson. So the 11 riders that are in serious contention. And all of the others are 17 or more laps behind, 17 or more. In fact, Jared DuPont is the one that's come up. So Jared is actually there, but he's still, believe it or not, 16 laps behind him. I believe he's still circulating. So change that number now to 12 riders circulating to cover the laps. Here we are coming down. We're getting towards the business end. Remembering the 9. 22.6, that buffer we've talked about. Johnny over Greg at 9 versus 311, Honda to KTM. There we go, there's Johnny goes past. Did you watch him put his left hand up? He pulled another clear bit of film across on his roll-offs, on his goggles, vital to keep that good. He'll be getting absolutely sandblasted by those lappers, because remembering, he's gained, when you're the leader, you've overtaken more riders than anybody else. So that means you've gone up behind him, and he's getting absolutely what we call roosted, sandblasted by the bikes in front of him. So his vision will be limited. He will have virtually trashed a pair of goggles here today. Trashed them. They'll be good for practice or doing the odd bit of mud moto when the vision is not as vital. But you'd virtually trash them. And a nice newly painted helmet as well will be literally sandblasted here today also. But is he going to care about that? Hell no. He's got glory in sight with 3 and a bit laps to go. And the margin at 23.8. He's increasing it. And his speed still at amazing 110.28 kilometres an hour. Woo, wicked. So that's his average speed, meaning he's got to be tapping 160, and he's still been doing it. His average speed is not folded. That is at 4 kilometres an hour over the second place, even though they're separated by a few seconds. His speed has been much greater. .47 going past. That is 3 to go. 27 seconds, yes. So Johnny increasing, Greg under pressure. Johnny, Greg, Carter, Andy, these your boys in town. Well, what a great result from Carter. I don't think he's ever been on the podium for this prestigious event. Well done to Carter. Carter Strang, looking good. Oh, Carter, yes, great result for the Wallerstown man on the Strang Automotive supported Kawasaki. Great ride here today. Well, All right, a white flag next time, a white flag next time. Coming up, a white flag next time for the number 9. The number 9 for Johnny Racy. There's 1, 2, 4 for Will Finesse to go past. We're looking out for the number 9. How's he looking? The 9 coming up next time, 31.9 seconds. For the first time over half a minute for Johnny storming home. He's in the best form, man. This ever incredible, ever reliable Southland Honda CRF 450 on form here today. Looking to bring home that Honda for the glory. We'll be looking out for it. The number 9, all in the hands of Johnny. And there it is, 1 lap to go. There he is up on the inside. Johnny Racy. 49 down and 1 to go for the 50 lapper. Come on, BurtMunro challenge. Are we ready to put our hands together? And there's the Kawasaki coming straight out. Doing a fuel stop so late in the moto. Not quite sure what that was. But anyway, he's done the fuel stop and back home again. Remembering, of course, we've only got, 12 competitors have been out there. Has there been anybody else to rejoin it? Here goes Will Finesse out there on the Nelson Motorcycles, NMC, KTM. Now looking out to Greg. 35. It's gone out more. It looked lumbersome, didn't he? Looked very lumbersome as he came through there. That is hard work. Come on, folks. Are we ready? Are you ready for this one? The number 9. We're going to go there and give him the cheer on as well. So it is the number 9. We're looking out for the checkered. There it is, and he has done it. So well done, the number 9. He goes to the finish mark, and well done. So bring it on home for the number 9, Johnny Racy, to take a checkered flag. A welcome sight for these other riders. So fantastic to see. There's already 3 bikes accumulated here on the finish corner. There's another one being pushed down, and the other guys have all waited up there as field does this final lap. What a day. Here we are, Will Finesse, 124. Great ride from Will. He will coast on home. Look at these 4 for another dirt bike battle to the end. Well done, 93 in there. 311. Go, Eric. Well done to Eric. Eric Weber, outstanding ride from Eric. Well done. Has he got a top 10 finish for the man from California, USA? Came to the BurtMunro last year for the first time. Met up with him. We befriended on Facebook. We've been following ever since, and all he's been talking about is I'm going back to New Zealand. So well done. So folks, there it is, a win to the young man from Southland. Would you say against the odds? No, not necessarily. He's been a podium setter in the past, and he's pulled off an amazing victory. So well done. And he's done the preparation, and his fitness, endurance, and bike work have paid dividends there. Well, thank you to Indian Motorcycles, and on behalf of the Southland Motorcycle Club and the BurtMunro crew, thank you all very, very much today. Hope you've had a great time. Wow, having the Yak full noise fighter plane was very, very great.
Sale is now on. For a limited time, get up to $2,000 off bonus accessories, plus free on-roads on select models. Contact your nearest dealer for a test ride. Visit indianmotorcycles.co.nz for details.
Point as well, thank you. You're most welcome. When you come around off the entry, just double back. So just make sure there's no more bikes there. So there we are. Special thanks must go to Nolan Adele here at Timing Tech for keeping us accurately updated with the transponder timing. If you want to see this result, by the way, you can go to an app called Speed Hive. It's a worthwhile app to have on your phone as well, because you then can follow things like New Zealand.
Sale is now on. For a limited time, get up to $2,000 off bonus accessories, plus free on-roads on select models. Contact your nearest dealer for a test ride. Visit indianmotorcycles.co.nz for details.